Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the postman to tip out at Turffontein. Just to let you know that the kid put up a bet in the UK on Telegram, Voodoo Queen at 15-8, and that won very well for all the punters. So hopefully you all got on. I'm going to hand over to the postman who's going to be tipping at Turffontein, and hopefully he's going to steer us in the right direction, because I know he always delivers.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Racing comes to us on Saturday, the 16th of July, from the Turffontein new course. Guys, there are 9 races carded, and the first is due off at 12:10. The first race is a maiden plate over 1,600 meters. And again, guys, just remember the new course around the bend, draws very, very important. When we go through the first race, guys, the favourite looks hard to beat here. And our first selection is horse number 8, Total Protection. Ryan Munger getting the ride for the Fortune stable. Last time out, just finished second behind Billy Bowlegs. It was supported on the day, was running on really, really well, and certainly looks the right one in this field. For second, guys, we have gone for horse number 7, Main Mission. This is the apprentice Sianda Sasibo riding for Roy Magna. He will claim he's 4 kilos, so that Main Mission will only be carrying 52. Last time out, this one made very nice improvement over the 1,600 meters, finishing under half a length behind Tomorrow's Vision. Again, was running on and certainly will make the favourite pick up its feet. For third, we have thrown in horse number 6, Lord of Light. This is Keegan de Melle for the Johan Janse van Vuren stable. Keegan has ridden it on the last 2 occasions. Last time out was probably his best effort, finishing 3rd out of 10, just over 4 lengths behind Mo Jive. We know that Mo Jive won really, really well on that occasion. And Lord of Light drawn nicely at 1. Certainly in with a chance of running a place. For fourth, we have thrown in horse number 1, Clap of Thunder. Cabela Mazziani retaining the ride for the Crawford stable. The 2 runs that it has had in the province have been promising, finishing second on both occasions. Last time out, found a lot of support from 3-1 to around about 14-10. And again, it's certainly worth throwing in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So the first race, guys, we have gone 8, 7, 6, and 1, and we think the favourite will get us off to a decent start. The second race on the card, due off at 12:40, is another maiden plate, this time for the girls, to be run over 1,600 meters. Again, there is a first timer here, so we must just be careful. And our first selection here, again, is horse number 8, Tabby Cat. This has had 3 runs. Last time out, promising effort over 1,600 meters over this course and distance, finishing second, just over 1.5 lengths behind Ipso Factor. Samanga Kamala retains a ride for Mike and Adam Azzi, nicely drawn at 1, and again, this should go pretty close. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, and this is Nice Move. Nice to see Randall Simons back in town. He's riding this one for Stewie Pettigrew. Again, has had 4 runs, 4 decent efforts, and is certainly worth inclusion if you're taking bipods. For third, we've thrown in horse number 6, Skyfall. Skyfall has had 6 runs, also some decent or some fair efforts. Ryan Munger retaining the ride for the Broncos stable. Last time out was staying on over 1,600. The time before finished second over 5 lengths. And I think Skyfall good enough to fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, gone for Summerland. Again, nothing special. Summerland, JP van der Merwe for the Cornet Spice stable. Again, thrown back end of trifectas and quartets. So the second race, we think it's a boat race between 8 and 1. We've gone 8, 1, 6, and 7. The third race on the card, due off at 13:10. It's a middle stakes to be run over 2,600 meters. And here, guys, we think this is a little trickier than the betting suggests. And what we've done, gone through, and we're taking a bit of a chance here. Our first selection is horse number 3, Great Affair. Richie Free getting the ride for Paul Peter. This has had some fair runs, I think with 56 on his back. I don't think it's too bad. Richard has had 2 rides for the stable, finishing second on 1 occasion. And we do think that this one's going to give us a run for our money. I think currently around about 10-1. Watch this one go down, see if there's any support for it. I see they've kept the blinkers on this one, and as I said, 10-1, guys, we think is worth a small touch. For second, we have gone for horse number 4. This is Flying First Class. Flying First Class ran third, just over a length behind Lamborghini last time out. This one stays very well. We think that it is capable of reversing the form with Lamborghini simply because of the weight turnaround. And we've selected that to run second. For third, we have gone for the ultra consistent 5, Lamborghini. Warren Kennedy getting the ride here for Paul Peter. This has won 3 on a trot. I know that this is a fair sort, or the stable fancy this one over ground. This has not let us down, winning, as I said, 3 on a trot over ground. We've punted it all 3 times. However, I know it's carrying a light mass of 50. To win 4 on a trot, very, very difficult. But I think that the stable companion has its measure on Saturday. But if you're taking swingers or whatever, don't leave Lamborghini out. And for fourth, we have gone for horse number 2, White Fang, Samanga Kamala for Mike and Adam Azzi. Great form there for all of us to see. Showed pace last time out, drew off at the end. Loves this course and distance. And again, must be a inclusion if you're taking trifectas and quartets. So the third race, we think it's trickier than the betting. We have gone 3, 4, 5, and 2. Fourth race on the card, due off at 13:50, a met rated 96 handicap to be run over 2,000 meters. And again, we don't think that this is an easy event. Our first selection here, narrow first selection, horse number 4, You Can't Hurry Love. Gav Larena getting the ride here for Fabian Habib. Last time out, finished third behind Naval Guard. We do think that the 4 will reverse the form with the 2. And we've selected 4 to win the race. For second, we have gone for 2. This is Warren Kennedy for Paul Peter, and horse number 2, Origami, ex Duncan Hull's inmate. And again, must be there and thereabouts, must be included in all exotics. Selected that to run second. For third, we've thrown in horse number 7, Jamala. Ryan Munger for the Fortune Stable, 1-2 on a trot, loves this distance. We know that this beat 5th of July by 3 lengths, and 5th of July went very, very close last time out. And again, certainly must be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we have thrown in horse number 9. And this is Razor Alleluia. Keegan DeMiller for the Dawson Stable. Keegan rode this one last time out, finishing second to Bay Sue. I do think that the distance will suit this one better than the run against Bay Sue. And again, if you're taking jackpots and all that, guys, load up here, put in as many as the budget would allow. So in the fourth race, my apologies, not jackpots, it's pick 6. In the fourth race, we've gone 4, 2, 7, 9, but we do think that this is a really, really open race. Load up. We move on to the fifth race in the card, due off at 14:25, Pinnacle Stakes over 1,600 meters. And here we think that horse number 1, Sovereign Spirit, is the class horse of the race here. Drops back to a mile. Ryan Munger retaining the ride for the Fortune stable. We think that this will jump, will be up there, and will certainly make the rest of them lift their feet. And we think this is the right one. Run about 5-1. Yeah, not a bad price. If this one arrives, makes our exotics pay. For second, we've thrown in horse number 5, Express from the US. Craig Zaki getting the ride here for the Waiho Mowing stable. Last time out, this finished 6 lengths behind Porto Manzano in a grade 3. Has been campaigning against some strong sorts, and again, worth including in exotics. For third, we have gone for horse number 6, Sound of Summer. I think this is a current favorite. Warren Kennedy getting the ride for Paul Peter. Again, the form is there for everyone to see. Is 4 kilos better off with horse 3 on its last run, which is Castleton. And we do think that Sound of Summer can go pretty close. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 3. I think this is a second favorite, and this is Castleton. Cabello Mazziani retaining the ride for Stewie Pettigrew. And this one gets on very well with Cabello. Last time out, won really, really well over this course. Can follow up, and again, worth including. So the fifth race, we've gone 1, 5, 6, and 3, and we think that is quite open. We move on to the sixth race. This is due off at 1500 hours. It's a 1200 meter classified stake. And in the sixth race, our first selection here, and a narrow first selection, horse 2, Corvette Captain. Keegan de Melle for Johan Janssen van Vuren. And this is only negative, drawn 10 out of 10. However, I think Keegan will jump, sit off them, and this will be finishing its race off really, really well. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, Coming in Hot. Gav Lorena retaining the ride here for the Farney Bronco stable. Last time out, sat handy, tired of 1600 meters. We do think the 1200 would suit this one down to the ground and must be included in all exotics. For third, we've thrown in horse number 5, Baby Don't Hurt Me. Warren Kennedy for Paul Peter, third run after a rest. Warren jumping back aboard this one. And we think that this one will be cherry ripe and certainly fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 6, and this is Meet the Captain. Richard Ferree getting the ride here for Stephen Moffat. Negative here, this one is often slow and losing its race at the start, but with a nice handy galloping mass and with Richard aboard, can certainly fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 6, we've gone 2, 1, 5, 6, and please take note, guys, horse 8, Meteoric, has been scratched. The 7th race on the card, due off at 15:35, a graduation plate to be run over 1200 meters. And in this race, guys, we think that the 2-year-old is the one to beat. Horse number 8, Ridge Runner, has had 3 really, really good runs. Last time out, finishing second under length behind Mercantor. It's a very, very speedy sort. We think this will jump and go with a 54 on its back and play Catch Me If You Can. And we do think that this one will go really, really close. For second, guys, we've thrown in horse number 3, Sound of Hounds. Pierre Stradum getting the ride here for St. John Gray. This one had excuses last time out over 1500 meters, and the time before finished off the race coughing. If all is well, with Striker Stradum aboard, certainly can give a decent account of itself. For third, we have gone for the top weight, horse number 1, Constable Richie Ferree getting the ride for the Terry stable. Richie rode this one 2 runs back, showed pace, shifted, was caught, and again, we think that the top weight and the 1200 meters will get to Constable, but again, certainly worth throwing in the back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 2, Tuscan Winter. Gavin Arena getting the ride for the Johan Janssen van Vuren yard, and we think that this one can certainly run a drum. So race 7, guys, 8, 3, 1, 2, and we do think that the 2-year-old is the right one in the field. We'll move on to the 8th race, due off at 16:10, classified stakes to be run over 1200 meters. And in the 8th race, we find our value bet. And again, I'm going with the horse that I tipped last time out. This is horse number 9, Letitia's Angel. I see Ryan Munger gets aboard this one for the Fortune stable. This one finished 5th last time out, 2 3/4 lengths behind the winner with Jared Penny aboard. Is down 2 kilos on that run, has got the stable jock on, finished off the race coughing. We do think that Ryan will give this one a peach of a ride, and I think that round about 5-1 or 11-2, this is a decent value bet. Let us down last time. If I had run 4th, we would have been in the pound seats, but I think I'm going to give this one another chance. For 2nd, I have gone for horse number 7, and this is Roger the Dodger. Marco Ferensberg for the Spiss stable. I'm putting a line through the last run. I think the yielding conditions got to it, but we look at the previous form, and it's not too bad, and we do think that this one can certainly run up there, be there when the whips are cracking. For 3rd, we've thrown in horse number 2, and this is the McQuackers. Jared Penny this time getting the ride, or retaining the ride for the Magna Yard. Last time out was slow, I think 1400 too far. They brought it back to 1200. Loves this course and distance. Maybe throw this one in swingers, guys. Take the 9 and the 2 a couple times, see what happens. But certainly worth including in all exotics. Nicely drawn at 1. For 4th, we've gone for the favourite, horse number 1, Anfield's Rocket, for the Liverpool supporters. Has had 2 runs. Really, really decent effort this, and certainly must be included. If I'm looking at a negative, it's a 2-year-old carrying top weight, drawn 6. First time over a distance, first time at the course. Would I leave it out, my exotics? No, I would not. But I certainly would have a touch on the nose. So in the 8th race, we've gone 9, 7, 2, and 1, and we're taking a chance again with Letitia's Angel. We move on to the lucky last, due off at 1645, merit rated 68 handicap, over 1450 meters. And again, guys, this is another open event. Load up here, put as many as the budget would allow. Our first selection, however, is horse 7, Lulu's Boy. Simanga Kamala retaining the ride for the Corbus Yard. Really, really good run last time out, over 1450. Was drawn really, really wide, only finished just over 1.5 lengths behind Quattro Passi, and I think drawn 5 at the quick Turffontein course. I think that this one will be up there, and whoever can get past this will win the race. Lulu's Boy, I think, will go really, really close. For 2nd, gone for horse number 9, Silly Fella, Gav Larena for the Broncos Yard. Simanga has got off that one to ride our first selection, and I do think Silly Fella is good enough to make them pick up their feet. For 3rd, we have gone for horse number 2, and horse number 2 is Catch a Green Light. Calvin Habib riding for Fabian Habib. He rode it last time out, over 1800 meters. I think that was blatantly too far. We go back and we look at some of the earlier form. Has got some fair runs, 5 lengths to JP 2000. Beat Call Me Master, and was running on that occasion. And again, certainly worth throwing into the back end of trifectas and quartets. For 4th, we have gone for horse 11 and Parker Jetrix. This one a maiden last time out with Manga aboard, and again good enough to run in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 9, we're going 7, 9, 2 and 11, and maybe 7 is worth a small touch, guys. Again, I think some of the races are quite tricky. I think you need to load up in certain races, watch them go down, check for jockey changes, check for scratching, guys. Look after yourselves, take care. Stevie, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. I really appreciate that. I see you've tipped a 9-race program. Your value bet comes in race 8, and it's Letitia's Angel at 9-2. So hopefully we can steer the guys in the right direction. and we can make some nice tidy profit. Guys, stay tuned to Telegram over the weekend. We might have some inside info from the tracks, so just keep an eye out for that. Good tipping from the kid. Remember, the kid tipped a nice bet for you at Voodoo Queen, 15-8 at Newmarket in the UK. So stay tuned for those type of bets. We get them now and then, and we like to share with our punters so we can get some more tidy profit for you guys. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.